Guys, a smoke break. So I said, I think a while ago, that I'd make a video of a list of matches you should see on the WWE Network. That's what this video is about. It's cold as fuck up here in Maine. It's fucking April, so I'm kind of pissed off, but whatever. I'm wearing a fucking winter hat and my hoodie up in my garage. Because it's fucking 13 degrees outside in fucking April. That fucking makes a lot of fucking sense. But anyway. Alright. So, I'm going to have a couple of honorable mentions. I made a top 10, but there's some honorable mentions. I also didn't do many tag teams. I just did basically singles matches. I guess technically there's a team event in the top 10, but it's not tag teams. Match. So, first honorable mention, just to see it. I mean, you should just be aware. You know, it was all right entertainment, but I think it was more of like a fun concept to try, but it really didn't turn out as well as I think they thought it would. And that's Starrcade 1986. The Midnight Express versus the Road Warriors in a 25-foot scaffold match. Didn't really turn out the way they wanted to, but it'd be fun to see. Another honorable mention is Tully Blanchard versus Magnum PA in a steel cage I Quit match at Starrcade 1985. If you know who Tully Blanchard is, Tully Blanchard was Four Horsemen. He tag teamed with Arn Anderson a lot, but this is a singles match that I have for that. He also went to WWE with Arn Anderson, and they were managed by Bobby the Brain Heenan. They were called the Brain Busters. They were in, what WrestleMania were they? They were in a WrestleMania, maybe 2 WrestleManias, I think. And they did some cool moves. Their team was called the Brainbusters. They had the fucking spike pile driver on Tito Santana on WrestleMania. I don't want to say 3, 2. Anyway, here we go. Let's break into the top 10 here. It's a top 10 list of, I think you guys should see WCW matches on the WWE Network. It's just the top 10 of WCW matches on the WWE Network. No ECW, no WWE, just the WCW matches I think you should see. So, number 10, Barry Windham versus Dusty Rhodes for the U.S. Championship at the Great American Bash in 1988. The Claw! The Claw! Okay, that's enough of that. Number 9, the Road Warriors and the Midnight Express and Dr. Death team up versus the Fabulous Freebirds and the Samoan SWAT team in the second ever War Games. Now, they actually don't have the first ever War Games on the WWE Network, which I think is weird. But the second one, you got to see a War Games. If you're going to watch WCW wrestling, you got to see a War Games. Another good War Games was the NWO era War Games, but I think this one was better, so I put it on the list. Number 8, Greg the Hammer Valentine versus Rowdy Roddy Piper in a non-title grudge match. Chain collar match, Starrcade 1983. That was a good one. If you want some old time wrestling, fucking when they thought it was real, when people think it's real, that's a good one to watch. It's also the fucking announcers, and just to warn you, when you watch Starrcade 1983, I think, and 1984, the announcers call a suplex a supplé. It is a vertical supplé, not a vertical suplex. It is not a double underhook suplex. It is a double underhook supplé. So, No, I just needed to get that out there so you weren't surprised. I'm like, did you say fucking suplex? No, he didn't make a mistake. That's what they called it. At least that's what that guy called it. So, we're on to number 7. Dean Malenko versus Rey Mysterio for the Cruiserweight Championship at Halloween Havoc 1996. Must watch. Do it. Number 6. Hollywood Hulk Hogan versus Rowdy Roddy Piper in a non-title grudge match at Starrcade 1996. Number 5. Ric Flair versus Sting at 1989 Starrcade Future Shock Iron Man Singles Tournament Finals. It's a good one. That's a good pay-per-view too. If you guys just want to make like a quick, see what WCW was about like in the late 80s, early 90s, want to see some teams like the Road Warriors, because they had a tag team Iron Man tournament as well. And you could see Ron Simmons in a mask. He's a part of Doom. The tag team of Doom, accompanied by Woman. All right, sorry. I like the WCW ring announcer. All right, so what we got? That's a good pay-per-view. Starrcade 1989, Future Shock. You get a lot of good matches. You see the performers more than once because it's a tournament. So I think that's a good pay-per-view to just, if you have like, I don't know, 2.5, 3 hours to kill. It's a good pay-per-view for WCW. All right, we're on to number 4. Ultimo Dragon versus Rey Mysterio at World War III 1996. It's a good fucking match. It's the opening match at that. It's a great match. Anytime there's a fucking running Liger bomb, I'm putting it on a fucking list somewhere. That's my rule. All right, number 3. Harley Race versus Ric Flair for the NWA Championship inside a steel cage at Starrcade 1983. And you do see a couple of vertical suplees. Number 2. Sting versus Hollywood Hulk Hogan for the World Heavyweight Championship at Starrcade 1997. Now, number 1, I think I might get some flack for this, but number 1, I put Dusty Rhodes versus Ric Flair in the Heavyweight Championship match at Starrcade 1985. So there you have it. My top 10 must-see matches of WCW on the WWE Network. It's been Smoke Break. I'm at the butt. Have a good night.